Hi, I will be discussing certain terms which are used in analysis of variance. The first one, foremost, in understanding the term which we use in the analysis of variance, is variable. A characteristic or attribute which varies in a measurable way between subjects in a sample. The second one, dependent variable. If we assume variable as x, so dependent variable will be y. It describes the measurements usually on a continuous scale of the variable of interest. For example, weight. What causes variation in weight? Third one, explanatory or independent, or sometimes we call it as a predictor variable. Explanatory variable is controlled by experimenter, which may affect the response. Response does not affect explanatory variable. The non-random measurements or observations which are hypothesized in a statistical model to have predictive power over the response variable. This hypothesis is tested by calculating the sum of squares and looking for a variation in y between levels of x that exceed the variation within levels. An explanatory variable can be categorical. Say, for example, sex with two levels like male and female, or continuous, a scale like height with a continuum of possible like 5.4, 5.5, 5.6. The explanatory variable is assumed to be independent in the sense of being independent of the response variable. That is, weight can vary with height, but height is independent of weight. Understand? Weight can vary with height, but height is independent of weight. So the values of x are assumed to be measured precisely without error, permitting an accurate estimate of their influence on y. So explanatory variable may be fixed, random, or mixed as per the statistical models what we use. So another important the term that we use, observations or data points. The replicate observations of the response variable, here the response variable what we have assumed is y, are measured at each level of the explanatory variable. These are the data points, each usually obtained from a different subject to ensure that the sample size reflects n, capital N, independent replicates. It is not inflated by non-independent data. Popularly we say pseudo replication. Another term that we use is the sample, the collection of observations measured at a level of x. If x is continuous, the sample comprises all the measures of y on x. Example what we have discussed earlier, weight on height. Another important term in the analysis of variance is the sum of squares. The squared distance between each data point and the sample mean summed for all n data points. The squared deviations measure variation in a form which can be partitioned into different components that sum to give the total variation. So here Another term in the ANOVA, which is I say it is a key term to understand, that is variance and standard deviation. The variance in a normally distributed population is described by the average of n squared deviations from the mean. Variance usually refers to a sample. However, in this case, calculated as the sum of the squares divided by n minus 1 rather than n. Its positive root is then the standard deviation, which describes the dispersion of normally distributed variables. For example, 95% lying within 1.96 standard deviations of the mean when n is large. And most of the times we use the keyword called statistical model. But here I have taken a response variable as y. So if I say statistical model, y is equals to f of x plus e, where f of x is some function of x variable. So it is a statement of a hypothesized relationship between the response variable and the predictor variable. A simple model would be weight is equals to gender plus E. The equals to symbol does not signify a literal equality, but a statistical dependency. So the statistical analysis is going to test the hypothesis that variation in the response variable on the left of the equal sign. So what is there? We have left side weight. Weight is equals to gender plus E. So left side will be the weight is explained or predicted by the factor on the right. So on the right side we have gender. In addition to a component of random variation, the error term, which is denoted as E. An analysis of variance will test whether significantly more of the variation in weight falls between the categories of male and female, and so is explained by the independent variable. So here what is the independent variable? Gender, that lies within each category. So what is the random variation here? The random variation, which is denoted with the small e, nothing but the error term. The error term is often dropped from the model description, though it is always present in the model structure, as the random variation against which to calibrate the variation between levels of x in testing for a significant explanation. Right. So in the most of the times in the statistical analysis, we use, especially for testing, we use this keyword, that is null hypothesis, which is denoted as H naught, represented as H naught. While a statistical model can propose a hypothesis that response variable y depends on independent variable. So here independent variable is x. The statistical analysis can only seek to reject a null hypothesis that y does not vary with the x variable. This is because it is always easier to find out how different things are than to know how much they are the same. So the statistician's easiest objective is to establish the probability of a deviation away from random expectation rather than towards any particular alternative. If the analysis reveals a sufficiently small probability that the null hypothesis is true, so then we can reject it and state that y variable evidently depends on x in some way or hypothesis of null hypothesis. So one-way ANOVA this term and two-way ANOVA term which has been discussed in the videos that are available. So error, another important term, error, or sometimes we call it as a residual. The amount by which an observed value of variable differs from the value predicted by the model is known as error. Errors or residuals are the segments of scores not accounted for by the analysis. In analysis of the variance, the errors are assumed to be independent of each other and normally distributed about the sample means. They are also assumed to be identically distributed for each sample, which is known as the assumption of homogeneity of variances. So throughout the statistical analysis, we hear most of the times one important term, that is a normal distribution. What is this normal distribution? Normal distribution is a bell-shaped frequency distribution of a continuous variable. The formula for the normal distribution contains two parameters, the mean giving its location and the standard deviation giving the shape of the symmetrical bell. So bell shape, it will be in the bell shape. So this distribution arises commonly in nature when independent forces, themselves subject to variation, combine additively to produce a central tendency. So the technique of analysis of variance is constructed on the assumption that the component of random variation takes a normal distribution. This is because the various sum of squares that are used to describe variance in an ANOVA accurately reflect the true variation between and within samples. The residuals are normally distributed about sample. So another one, at the time of the testing of the hypothesis or the statistical analysis, we will be using one important term, that is degree of the freedom. The F ratio in analysis of variance is always presented with the two sets of degrees of freedom. The first corresponding to 1 less than a level P of the explanatory value, that is P minus 1, and the second to the remaining error degree of freedom, that is N minus P, in one way classified data. What is this variance ratio that we use in the ANOVA while doing the analysis of the variance? So the statistics calculated by analysis of variance, which reveals the significance of the hypothesis that response variable depends on explanatory variable. It comprises the ratio of the two mean squares, that is mean sum of squares due to explanatory variable divided by mean sum of squares due to error. A large proportion indicates a signified effect of the independent variable. So what is the significance? This is the probability of mistakenly rejecting a null hypothesis that is actually true. And most of the times we will be using the word called p-value. Especially in biological sciences, a critical value p, which is equals to 0.05, is generally taken as marking an acceptable boundary of significance. A large F ratio signifies a small probability that the null hypothesis is true. So in the analysis of variance, we use one more, that is mean sum of squares. Mean sum of squares is the average sum of squares. In other words, The sum of squares of deviation from the mean x or error e divided by its appropriate degrees of freedom. So what do you mean by parameter and statistics that we use in the most of the times in the analysis of the variance? Characteristics or measures which are obtained from a population are known as parameters, whether the characteristics or measures obtained a sample are known as statistic. So here these are the few terms that we use at the time of the analysis of the variance. So thank you.